Welcome back to my channel. You already know it's your boy Hood Diggity, the Rock Reactor, back with another video. Yes, sir. Before I proceed, let me know where you tapping in from. Let me know what country, what city, what mountain, what hill, what cave, what island, what planet, what universe. Let me know where you at. Represent your hood. Yes, sir. First of all, a world of love to my Ukraine and abundance peace to my Ukraine as I stand with God. I stand with Ukraine. Yes, sir. Now this news, I believe it came yesterday. It's from a channel, WPLG Local 10. So it looks reputable. It looks like it's real news. Now, U.S. officials said Washington has agreed to give Ukraine security guarantees in peace talk. You know, guys, at the beginning, I wasn't looking at it like this, but I'm looking at the peace talk in a different light, in a more positive light. And who opened my eyes to this is the actual President Zelensky, because he was kind of optimistic when he first came out. I was pessimistic because I thought, I'm still thinking that it's basically a surrender plan. It's not a peace talk. It's not a peace plan. But it's true. The fact that the peace plan exists is the beginning. It's the beginning of something. At least it exists. There's a peace plan in place. The conditions of the plan is what I don't like, because I believe right now is basically a surrendering plan. It's basically a plan that throws Ukraine under the bus, basically. And especially with the fact that they're forgetting who they're dealing with, and they're forgetting the history, the resume of who they're dealing with. Somebody that's probably that plan is not gonna last a year before they're attacking again, and then they're gonna be stronger because they're actually took territory from actual Ukraine, and they'll just attack from there. All they're gonna do in Crimea and all those territories that they take over is basically just build armed forces, army base, build army bases, and just get ready to take over the rest of Ukraine. It's all that's gonna happen. I mean, even a blind man can see that. But anyway, let's take a listen to this, guys. The fact that, like I said, the fact that it exists, it just needs a lot of changing. The fact that it exists, I guess it should be a light of hope. Anyway, let's get right to it, guys. And before we do, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. Any donations to my channel will be greatly appreciated. My PayPal account is on the screen. Let's get it.
Out of the high-stakes peace talks in Berlin as the United States looks to broker a deal to end Russia's war on Ukraine. Today, a U.S. official announced America will provide security guarantees as part of the peace deal. It all comes as the Trump administration continues to ramp up pressure on Venezuela and face questions over the legality of military strikes on alleged drug trafficking boats. Here's D.C. Bureau Chief Ben Kennedy.
Tonight, in Berlin, U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and President Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner met with Ukraine's President Zelensky following 5 hours of high-level talks on Sunday that resulted in another day of negotiations. It's during that time, Ukrainian leaders say they would give up ambitions to join NATO in exchange for security guarantees. But so far, the talks have not resulted in a ceasefire agreement with Moscow.
We had very long and very good talks.
What I don't get, guys, and maybe some of you guys can explain this to me. How is it that after the peace plan, if they agree to this, if Ukraine agrees to this, they're not going to be able to join NATO? Okay, so that right there tells you that they're not a sovereign state. They don't have the right to do what they want. There's a big reason why Russia does not want Ukraine to join NATO, so they could be left alone and they could be vulnerable. Now, the fact that Trump may push a plan, give them security or whatever, that's going to be limited, guys. That's not guaranteed, and that's not going to be limited. I'm sorry. That could happen today, but who knows what tomorrow will bring. If they join NATO, their security is guaranteed.
And again, I think things are going along pretty well. 27,000 soldiers were killed last month.
Zelensky accuses Russian forces of a recent attack involving more than 450 drones and 30 missiles, resulting in blackouts over the weekend in Odessa. Critical infrastructure is back up and running, but many homes are without power, heat, and water. In response, Ukraine shared new video they say shows their underwater drone hitting a Russian submarine in a Black Sea port, causing critical damage to the vessel. Meanwhile, this comes.
See, guys, first of all, my prayers goes out to all those families in Ukraine who are going without electricity and stuff like that. I know what that's like because here the electricity goes. I've gone through things like this, but I can imagine at the level that they're going through it. So I just want to say that my prayers goes out to them. Nobody except them knows how hard that is.
Amid rising tensions with Venezuela, it reports the U.S. is preparing to intercept more ships transporting sanctioned oil, a new tactic targeting a so-called shadow fleet, smuggling oil to terror groups, following weeks of American attacks on suspected drug boats in the region.
Every criminal structure is the.
Okay, so now they're talking about the tankers and everything. As far as that, the tankers, Venezuela's just basically kidnapped. Venezuela's just cornered. Maduro's just going to have to make some moves because that's it. That's it. It's just a matter of time before Maduro's going to have to make a run for it. The problem with that is that Maduro is not just him. He has a lot of people that when he goes, they're going to get thrown under the bus. He's going to be leaving them out to dry. And they're going to go to jail forever, or who knows what they're going to do. So that's crazy, but it's just a matter of time, man. I give it till next summer before that's it. Maduro has to step down.
Suffers is when the inflows from their criminal activities are cut. And this, in the case of the Maduro regime, comes from the oil black market to drug trafficking.
Now, Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth will brief senators tomorrow on these boat strikes, which does include the double attack back in September that killed 2 survivors amid calls by lawmakers here in D.C. to make that video.
I believe it's not going to get that far. I don't believe that it's going to get that far where they do land strikes. I think if they do 1 or 2 land strikes, that's it. After that, not really Maduro, but the military, they're going to have, the Venezuelan military, they're going to have to make a decision, a drastic decision, because they know that going to war or confronting the United States is basically suicide. So if they think about the innocent lives that it could cost, the casualties and everything that Venezuela probably can't afford. I mean, you can't fight. It's a fight they cannot win. So they're gonna have to, make other alternative and choose other options. Guys, you already know, man. Let me know what you guys think. You already know. Hit the notification bell, hit the like button, subscribe. Any donations to my channel will be greatly appreciated. My PayPal account is on the screen. Love you, Ukraine. Peace, love, and God bless.